Hi, I'm Bonnie Kamochi in Services Training, and I was inspired to create this video nugget after reading an article in Entrepreneur by Michael Noyes called The Three Types of Failures. Well, I'm pretty sure nobody really likes to discuss their failures, but on the other hand, we must realize that we need to be accountable for the results of our actions or our inactions. Nobody plans purposely to fail. But research and experience indicate that failing can often provide an invaluable opportunity to learn and benefit. Failure, it turns out, often lays the groundwork for success. Our goal is to avoid catastrophic failure. When failure happens, it doesn't have to be the end of our enterprise dreams. Many business moguls failed, sometimes repeatedly, before striking it rich. Did you know Arianna Huffington failed? She's the co-founder of the Huffington Post, and her second book was rejected by 36 publishers. Arianna failed. Did you know Oprah Winfrey also failed? She was fired from her first job in television. And check this, James Dyson invented his company about 30 years ago. He went through thousands of unsuccessful prototypes of his vacuum cleaner designs. And oh, by the way, fast forward, last year, Dyson's revenue rose over $3 billion, and their profits surged over 40%. Wow. So if we're going to learn and prosper from failure, the worst thing we can do is sweep it under the rug and just ignore the hard lessons it has brought us. Once we fail, or see that we are about to fail, it's time to switch into learning mode. The first step is to figure out what kind of failure it is. This will help us direct our learning, and we can divide these failures into three types. The first type of failure is a preventable failure. These could have been foreseen but weren't. This is the worst kind of failure, and it usually occurs because we didn't follow best practices, didn't have the right talent, or didn't pay attention to detail. If you've experienced a preventable failure, it's time to more deeply analyze the effort's weaknesses and stick to what works best for future ventures. The second type is unavoidable failures. These often happen in complex situations and involve unique sets of factors. The lesson from this type of failure is to create systems to try to spot small failures resulting from complex factors and take corrective actions before it snowballs and destroys the company. The third type of failure is an intelligent failure. These are the best kind. When these happen, they don't consume too many resources. This kind of failure provides us with the most useful information at a lesser cost. This is the philosophy behind trial and error, which in business, we conduct experiments to find out what business models work best. The lesson here is if something works good, well, do more of it. If it doesn't, well, go back to the drawing board. So here's what we need to do when we sit down to regroup. Don't try to fix a failure without a determined effort to find out what went wrong. Don't get caught up in the blame game. Create a culture that encourages openness. Start with a blank slate. Ask for input from others who don't have a stake in the prior failure and listen. Accept that some people may need to be replaced. Find out what missed signs of the last failure were, and also consider failing again. In closing, here's a quote by Michael Noyes. Failure is inevitable. It isn't a signal to give up. Rather, failure is just an opportunity in somewhat different dress than you are probably used to. It's an opportunity to learn, to correct mistakes, and to fine-tune products, marketing, staff, and business models so that the next time the result is a success. In closing, let's remember that failure doesn't mean to be the end of something, it means the beginning of something. Please watch my video nuggets on my training space in our world, and thank you for watching.